Everyone, we're back. We've watched episode 2 of Survivor 50, and this time we haven't really talked about it amongst ourselves already, so it'll be a little bit different this time. Ben and I watched it a couple of days ago, and Katie caught up with it today.
Yes.
So I kind of kept some notes as I went this time. So it might even be a little bit in order, unlike the Aussie one we've been doing.
That was all over the place.
All over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 days. I'm not writing 3 days worth of notes. So we start off with Christian.
Oh, yes.
Having a little moment
Christian.
of fire.
You know what? Sometimes you shit yourself and you could just be embarrassed / humiliated, but he owned it. And I thought, good on you, Christian. Good on you.
I was very confused because it's not like they're eating. So
Yeah, well, he's mostly just eating coconut.
Yeah, and that's
This
gone
is the
straight
trial
through
that
him.
hasn't
body
really
doesn't
had
like
anything. Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's
His body doesn't like
apparently
coconut.
Diuretic.
it's a sort of a natural diuretic. Yeah,
Maybe it's the sour coconuts that they're drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
maybe.
Off coconuts.
So what was the name of the guy who asked him in the beginning of the episode, oh, how you doing? And he just paused for a moment. He says, you know what? I'm going to get back
Like
to you
he's
on
broken
that.
his back.
I actually thought he was going to
really?
throw up or something.
That's what I thought as well.
I didn't pick it straight away. I thought he just suddenly
it
got nauseous or
Joe?
something. Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, that's it. Yeah. We'll get back to Joe later on in this episode.
And Christian was trying to tell the camera person, it's like, no, really, you don't want to see, like, trust
You
me,
don't
I
want
know
to
you
see
want to
this,
film
yeah.
everything. You don't want this. And who knows whether or not they followed him. We didn't see any further.
They did
I'm
kind of
happy
follow
they
him
didn't
still.
show us anymore. I was eating dinner while watching it.
And he says,
While he's
my
doing
wife
that
is going to
shuffle
divorce
that
me.
Joe knows from his job list.
Yes, that was the best. I mean, that's what you risk when you shoot yourself on national TV. International TV, if you will.
He's just so endearing.
Yeah, he's very nice. I like him.
Yeah.
There
and
are
if,
some people who don't like him for whatever reason. If you want to be that person, Ben, go up against the rest of the internet, then sure. But
no, I like him. But actually, just to jump forward into later on in the episode, he did something that I love, which happened in Australian Survivor as well, where he basically told someone, you need to calm your farm. And it was Joe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to tell you things because
yeah.
you get out of hand.
Yeah. He had several good moments in this episode. We had a scene with Rizzo where he talks about sort of coming in a bit hot and getting people offside. And Ben knows Rizzo from last season as well, even though Katie doesn't. And then he thinks he's kind of sweet.
He thinks he's safe now.
In with the crew. Yep. In with the cool crew. Just hanging with his buds.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Not
it's
if
not
his...
at all that, a few of them don't have votes and that they probably need him on side.
I think he's not as safe as he thinks based upon his challenge performance, because he's particularly bad at challenges. And then to have that guy, Q, I think it is.
Well, he always was, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Q basically complaining, this guy does nothing. And then he's just being completely open about how in the previous season he did literally nothing.
Yeah. And this scene at the start is basically so that they can have the scene later. So they can show him not being as in as he thought. And in a lot of those old seasons, like Colby's from season 2, it was a much bigger deal whether or not you were helping around camp, partly because the game was longer as well. It was like 39 days instead of whatever they do now, 24 or 26 or something. And in some ways it was harsher. So it used to be a big deal about how much work you did and keeping people comfortable, and that's one reason to keep someone over another person. But Rizzo sort of didn't actually do very much at all last time. And
there were a lot of people sitting around this time as well.
And Q, because I know you two haven't seen it, but Q was sort of fairly chaotic in his last season, and I'm sure he will be later. But like he sort of gets ideas in his head and goes off the wall sometimes. But he seems to be vibing with Colby quite a bit about just putting the work in and going fishing, collecting firewood, And Colby's like a straight up and down sort of, worker guy. So they absolutely call Rizzo out about it. We don't see it so much about the others who just seem to be hanging around camp, but
Yeah. I mean, they don't say anything to him, though. Do they?
Well, that we saw. No, they didn't say
Okay.
anything to him.
I think it was just them sort of picking their moment.
Yeah.
We go out onto the challenge, and Camilla sort of, did they just hear about Kyle? Oh, yeah, they didn't even know that Kyle had left until then. They knew he was injured, obviously, but
Yeah.
they heard that he left. And Camilla and Kyle were really close in their season. But like I said last week, it's sort of good for Camilla in a way that he's gone, probably, because now she gets to play her own game. But so they're all being quite emotional about all that before Coach sort of takes over.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Camilla and Kyle who had the thing with Joe, right? That's who he's always going on about, yeah? Yeah, he's always like, no, they backstabbed me. I'm not going to fall for this again. And he's completely paranoid because of what those two did.
Yeah. So Camilla and Kyle like barely talk to each other in their season, but whenever they talked, they're like, no, we're like on opposite sides. We're each other's number one. Let's not be seen talking to one another. And sort of nobody knew, kind of. And to the point where it got right down to the end, like the last 4, I think it was, 4 or 5, and they sort of said to one another, like, whoever wins immunity, we're almost going to vote the other one of the two off, because we're just going to take each other's votes. It was sort of like one of us is going to get through and the other one's going to leave. Like, if both of us get through, we're not going to. So they were very close, and Kyle went on to win. So they're all having, a moment out there, and then Coach sort of thinks it's a good time to just like clear his name.
Oh yeah, I don't think Aussie's buying into it.
How do you feel about Coach?
I think him saying that he has honor and stuff is a bit of bullshit. Like, I get that it's a game and all of that, but when they're all doing that and they were saying, if you knock the key off, who was it, Kyle and Aussie to each other, if you knock the key off, you take it. Like, you've done the hard work. And Coach was just like, nah. Like, when they'd been doing it for, 40 minutes and they were all wrecked. And it was really who knocked it off was the winner in that challenge at that point. So I get why, Aussie's shitty about it, but also it is a game. So I get why Coach is like, but don't say you have honor because you did steal it out from underneath someone.
Yeah, like, it's okay to take it because it's part of a game, but it's another thing to then go on and on about how honourable you are.
Yeah, I don't. When people when people go on and about being honourable and they're self-righteous, I'm just like, ugh, no, I don't like it.
Well, just so you know, this is kind of Coach all over. This is like classic Coach.
His MO, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Coach.
Him and Aussie have beef, right? From their season, and it seems like Coach got rid of Aussie or something like that, just from the chat, him saying he was blindsided or something. Yeah.
I can tell you who does remember, Michael.
Yeah.
Aussie remembers.
I loved the bit, especially when he says, Coach says it as if he, in a good way, he's like, oh no, I'm the player I've always been, or something, and Aussie's like, yeah, you're the player you've always, something like that.
Yeah.
Sure are.
It's really good. It's building nicely, that sort of tension.
Yeah.
We get into the challenge, and you were just saying before we started recording that you really enjoyed Aubrey being she was the only one who missed.
Yeah,
jumping off, trying to smash the thing.
Yeah, she jumps, swing and miss, and then belly flops into the water. And you hear her just go slap under the water. But we missed something, Michael. Everyone was like talking about Mike's abs when he was crossing the thing.
Oh, yeah. Camilla was. I'm not sure if that was because, she hadn't seen them or whether they were just sort of going on about it every time. But
she was like, oh, look at his new abs.
I kind of felt. Okay. So she did know. Yeah. Go on.
No, that's all I had.
I thought Ben was going to say that. I felt a bit sorry for Aubrey because you could see the things were at different heights, and just if you're shorter, it's harder, right? And if you're the shortest person on the one, they'll give you the lowest one, right? But I don't know whether it was just. I can't remember whether there was someone shorter on her one or not, but just the way it worked out, she had a tough one. Like she went for it. She just couldn't get it. And the fact that she was the only one who missed, like if someone else had done it, it sort of wouldn't have been as bad. And we kind of saw already that she's a little bit on the outs. So later on in the episode, when Christian sort of decides to give the idol to Aubrey, I actually wonder whether or not her missing it might have had like a little part to play in it or not. I don't know.
No, I don't think that's it at all. I think he's like, no, she's the most likely to stuff this up. I think that's what it really is, and that she's maybe most likely to be voted off. I think that's why he did it.
Yeah,
because she definitely seems like she's on the outs on her tribe. But actually,
I've seen that.
But also, kind of like she doesn't think she'd be voted off at the same time.
He might have seen her season.
Aubrey, I was like, that's a good match for it, because it just feels like she doesn't see it coming almost.
Did you guys notice on the
with one before actually?
Sorry, did you guys notice on the Survivor Wiki?
Tribes?
Yeah, the switch tribes are already there, and I'm like, what? We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I was like, did I miss something?
I actually had seen because it just came out today that there was a photo or something released where it was obvious what tribes people were in. I didn't realize that was going to show up. Well, you don't have to look at it too hard. If you just close it.
Oh, I'll forget it. As soon as
don't worry, Michael. I won't look at anything too hard.
Yeah. So. What else was in that challenge? We had some sort of going across the beam. We had some swimming. Jeff was very impressed with Jonathan's diving. Someone else was good at diving as well.
What was the end of that challenge?
Diving technique.
It was the rings.
A ring toss.
Yes.
And there was some very good technique on the ring toss as well.
Yeah, and
clearly
Coach actually got it.
Done it before. Yeah.
How do you think you'd go on the ring toss,
fact they
Katie?
got it was impressive. Oh, God, no. I was thinking that while watching it, going, how are they doing this first go? Like, what is happening here? How do you know where to, how do you aim up a ring toss? Like, stupid.
And as always, they can edit some of it out. But I mean, the ones that went, they weren't flukes. Like they had the spin going well. They've done this before.
Yeah.
I just had a really funny thought.
Like the snake challenge.
I just had a really funny thought that was sort of tangential to Survivor that I just need to get out right now. So my birthday weekend, I think it'd be really funny for me to pretend that we're doing it like Survivor weekend, but nobody else is in on it, and it's just me doing it. And I've, in my mind, divided people up into tribes.
Well, we're talking about it here. No one else is going to watch it, so they're not going to be on the joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Genevieve, I think it is. It's a.
It's funny, right? It is funny. Sorry.
She knows about the Billie Eilish.
I can just imagine you.
Yeah. Sorry, Michael. Sorry. Yep.
Genevieve starts to wonder if someone on her tribe's got an idol and whether it might be Aubrey, and they have this sort of tension about whether or not to go through her bag, which is sort of a tale as old as time.
I love that tension. It's like, let's go through a bag. You guys keep her out there. There's no tension. It's just let's do it.
And everyone's involved.
And the whole time she's doing it, it's like, I'm so sorry, Aubrey, when you see this, I'm so sorry. Like, can they steal idols from each other?
No,
they can't.
Okay, but then they just want to know if people have them.
Yep.
Okay.
But Q's going to let them know if she starts coming.
But she didn't have it yet, did
He's going to shout out, "Let's go!" for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Or whether that was just
that'll fit into the conversation naturally.
The safe word is "Let's go."
But they've searched for that now, thinking she doesn't have an idol, but actually she ends up getting one.
Now she's cut
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay.
The
That
That's
was
timing,
funny.
what it was.
Mm.
Yeah.
they're going to be very surprised if it comes out later.
Maybe
although I
she
guess
keeps her
maybe
idol in the
Tribe's
same
gonna
spot
mix up,
that
maybe.
Ozzy keeps his.
Where was that?
In
Sorry,
his
Jeff.
undies, right on his penis.
Again, that's another tale as old as time. That one. There's only so many places you can keep an idol when you're not wearing a lot.
And it doesn't fit in the prison
I
pocket.
understand it, but I was like, okay. It's a bit round.
Wash it. Okay. We have that whole scene about Rizzo being lazy. We've already talked about. And then we pretty quickly go off to another challenge, the one where they run off in the jungle and do the snake.
Mm. And that was the one that I thought to myself, wow, Rizzo is really, really crap at challenges. He's just so slow. And as we know from the previous season he was on, he's terrible at puzzles as well. What is he good at?
Oh, that thing with the ball maze guiding it along the thing with the 3 different strings was stressing me out. I'm like, just give me all the strings and I'll do it myself.
They had that in the last season.
On the other one, we've sort of talked about how good some of the Aussie challenges are. But I have to say, like, in a couple of places here, the US ones have been pretty good, although it's all stuff we've seen 100 times. Like, there's nothing unique in the American ones, but they're sort of spreading it out a bit more, like the responsibility for it. Even with the snake, they sort of make them go in twos, so no one's really isolated if they're just, scrawny or whatever. They can pair them up with a Jonathan or whatever, but they're not having that sort of thing where, Simon or Mark in Australia are kind of like carrying the challenge at the end for the whole tribe. Like,
I do
that thing with the ball at the end, they have to share it between 3 and
I
like
do
that.
find that the challenges are more
balanced.
I can't think. Balanced, thank you. That is the word I'm looking for. Like, I watch them going, oh, I could help with that type of challenge. The Australian one, I'm like, absolutely not. I would die. I'd be out of breath in 1 second and die on the floor.
They talk about how important communication is in that challenge, especially with the ball. I love the bit where Christian, in trying to do good communication, starts talking about the parallax.
I missed that. I must not have known of what he was talking about and just tuned it out. I
He's
don't know
talking
what that
about the
is,
angle
so
of the circle that was around the ball. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard him say that, and I'm like, Christian, you're barking up the wrong tree here, buddy.
He's definitely the biggest nerd on the show.
Yeah, but you said at the start that Rizzo, him and might have been Genevieve, I can't remember how they sort of started really badly, and but it was actually that tribe that ended up coming back and winning it. I'm not really not bothering to remember the colors. I've watched too many seasons where they just swap colors, and
it was sort of Colby that caught them
redundant.
up.
Yeah,
he did amazing.
He's one of the older players.
Mm.
Like I said, he was in season 2 when he was a big guy. Then obviously a big young guy. But he's also the guy who can't hear properly and can't see properly and can't be bothered with all this shit. But when it came to pulling the snake, he
wow, euphemisms, Michael.
Well, that's actually what Jeff said. You didn't catch that?
No, I missed that.
Euphemism. I was a bit out of it watching it today.
Yeah, so that was a comeback, and yes, I mean essentially it's the Orange Tribe again that is in trouble.
That's Cirie,
which is a bit of a shame because there's a few people on there that I like. We have. I want to ask Ben about Cirie, because we have a scene that starts off with Cirie and Emily's talking about voting off Aussie, and then a succession of scenes where Cirie talks to different people, giving the pros and cons of each. and then sort of manages to talk people around. And the reason I ask is kind of because, we watched the Australia v World one, and you saw her with Parvati and, quite a close pair. But you were a little bit of the opinion that, what's all this big deal with Cirie? Is she really that good?
I got to say, this episode really turned me around on Cirie. Not Cirie, just FYI. So in the Australia versus the World season, she was a little bit passive. She didn't really do a lot. Mostly it was people coming to her. But this one, when she found out that Aussie was up on the chopping block, she was like, "Oh no, I need to do something." And everybody should have realized when she did that. She's got a what is it? Alliance with him.
Alliance.
He just knows how to connect with people and talk people around, and is charming. And I haven't seen her trade this season, Katie, but what was she like on there?
Oh my God, everybody loved her. Everybody trusted her. Do you want me to tell you what she was?
I know how it ends.
I
But
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to
So,
say it
like,
here, but
I won't say it, but everybody trusted her. And she was in the first season, and at the reunion, people were crying about how it went down and stuff.
God, I need to watch this.
Yeah, because they had made such good friendships with her. She had really close people in there, and then it just broke because everybody trusted her.
yeah. I mean, they do it pretty much straight
That
away,
one is
right?
probably the least celebrity kind of vibes of it. The first one that they did.
okay.
Sorry, I'm going to sneeze.
And I think it had Stephanie in there as well. That one, who's on this. I mean, they tell you straight. I don't think it's any spoiler to say that she is a traitor. Like it happens in episode 1, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And yeah, her name never comes up in discussions as a traitor.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just interesting to see her sort of.
She knows what
work
she's
the
doing.
tribe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not very good at what was it she was trying to do, the hook or whatever it was the other day.
The ring toss. That's actually what she was trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even though she did sort of get Aussie off the chopping block, I still don't think that she did a particularly good job of it. Because she's gone around and basically.
I still thought he was going.
Pardon? Katie?
Oh, I thought he was still going.
Oh, I didn't think he was going at all. But my point is that surely everyone in that tribe realizes that she just basically told them who to vote for. She just didn't actually say it.
You convinced them.
Yeah, but that's just the way she does it, right? She's a bit manipulative, but in a kind, gentle way.
Smiley way. And he likes it so much that he gives away his extra vote advantage to her as well.
You idiot.
Yeah,
so even she's like,
crazy.
I don't know why he did that, but I'll take it.
I'm really enjoying kind of how self-aware he is and how some of the veteran players are about the weaknesses in their own games. Like some of these have been like super big players in the past. And yeah, the fact that Aussie just goes, she's just really good at some of the parts of the game that I'm not good at. Like I need her. Or I'm really enjoying some of that portion of the game. People sort of coming to terms with their own mortality a bit, whether it's Christian in his shorts or Colby with his hearing or The other person I really want to ask you about, I actually wrote it down last week, Ben. I wanted to ask you what you thought of Rick.
Okay, let me just find him in the list.
Sometimes he's the one that has kind of the argument with Joe.
Oh yeah, Rick. Okay.
Oh
he's
yes,
the one
yes,
who's really big on idols.
Yeah, he's the idol crazy one. And thank you for reminding me. What was that happened when they were leaving tribal council? He was putting something in his bag or getting something out of his bag.
We'll get.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
Did you not hear the plan?
What plan?
You really missed some stuff. You must have like had
Was it
micronapped.
Christian? Was it Christian shit his pants, whatever his last name is?
But yes, Hubecki. Christian basically
Christian
Christian
shit his
and Rick are
pants,
getting on like a
Hubecki.
house on fire. Christian opens up to that's why they're talking about whether someone might have an idol, and he says, well, I don't think they've got an idol because I've had an idol.
Yeah, okay.
Although actually that doesn't make sense because
I remember
another
that.
one could have come across from somewhere else. But anyway, yeah, so after that Rick's thinking the next step ahead. He's like, oh, so have you got the piece of parchment that came with the idol that you sent away? Because lots of people have made fake idols in the past with, things that come off tree mail and stuff. But the bit that makes it a little bit harder to fake an idol these days is that people want to see the parchment or, some of the wrapping or whatever that comes with it. But so when Rick says, oh, have you got the, the wrapping for it and the parchment? And Christian says, yeah. Well, Rick's like, oh, I've got an idea. Why don't we kind of just for fun, maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't, but how about, for fun, we, wrap up. Well, what they must have got something else. We didn't actually see what they wrapped up.
I think he was going to make a fake one, I think is what he said. He was going to work on making one. Yeah, no.
And so that's what they were doing. He said, oh, you cause a distraction of some sort or draw people's attention away and I'll try to hide the idol as we're leaving. The idol.
That's right. That's why he fell over. And he even said, it was fake. I actually totally meant to fall. That's what I found funny.
That was the best bit. I love how he just sort of
clued them in.
He just planted.
Yeah.
But yeah, he sort of had trouble earlier in the day and all that. I mean, you've sort of ruined the end now, Ben. What are we going to go out on now?
Sorry, but So I remember Rick having the conflict with Joe, and because Joe's like the huggy bear, is like, oh no, I want everybody to be friends and we're all going to trust each other, and it's just like, you're on the wrong show, buddy.
After his last season,
yeah, with who was it, Camilla and that other dude, Ryan.
So in his season, he kind of like ruled his tribe, and he's sort of honor values permeated the whole season of like 48, and that went all the way right towards the end until like the last 4 or something, where Kyle essentially Kyle and Camilla managed to kind of tell a lie that meant that one of Joe's buds who hadn't actually turned on him, he gave him the impression that he had. So yeah, he's got big trust issues, and everyone knows that he plays like that and that he is not very flexible about it. So there's a big discussion in this episode about having to kind of play around him.
Yeah, and Christian actually confronts him about that and just says, look, it's just too hard. No one wants to talk to you because you just get out of control. He's one of those people who...
that was my
and is
other,
that what
like,
they spoke about at
really
the tribal council?
Did they... I don't remember now. Did they talk about that at tribal council?
Jeff asked someone about some confrontation that they had.
I
swear it was Joe that answered the question.
It was Joe and...
Yeah, it did come up, didn't it?
And what's his head?
Yeah, they Christian, did talk about it.
Rick.
Yeah, because Rick sort of talks about how, they can both be stubborn. Like he's trying to say, yeah, me too. Yeah. And it all comes about because Savannah and Rick are talking about, maybe forming an alliance, but they haven't sort of worded Joe up yet. And then when Joe goes to talk to Rick, Rick kind of gives him a really vague answer that really sets the alarm off for Joe.
Mm. And then Joe's asking Savannah, sort of and then he's asking Rick. It's just like, oh my God, Joe, calm down.
Getting back to what you were talking about with Christian, that was another one of my favorite bits from that episode, is just like the shot that they had where he's on the hammock and like
he was looking through he was looking through it.
and he's like rocking him like a baby in a cradle
Yes.
while he's
Yes.
comforting him. Like, who does that? And yet Joe's like, all right, well, if you want to rock me in now, make sure. And we saw it just for a little bit, right? But they probably had that conversation for, who knows how long that conversation went, where he was trying to make Joe feel good about, hey, there might be something that we might want to do, but we don't want to put you in a position where it sort of impinges on your honor, essentially.
Yeah.
And Joe ends up voting with them, so it kind of works. Like, yeah, Christian's doing some really good work there, I think.
Yeah, he was
Beginning
speaking
of the
speaking truth to
Okay.
Joe, but doing it in a Huggy Bear kind of way.
Yes. Go on, Katie.
I'm enjoying Rick and him just wanting to bring pure chaos to the
Yeah,
game.
good. That was kind of
making
my
the fake
initial
idol
question.
and yeah.
Because I know, Ben, you sort of
I-
talked about wanting people to do things and not be passive. And Rick is that kind of guy, even if he has misstepped sort of here and there.
I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. I can't wait for someone to pick up his fake idol and think they've got a real idol.
Well, wasn't it just so they could pull it out as well? Like, they knew it was there, so they could be like, well, actually, like, if the vote was
Well,
going
they've got
towards one of
options,
them, they
yeah.
could pull it out and be like, yeah, I've actually got one. But just
Yeah,
hope another
so-
tribe doesn't find it.
Yeah, and try to misdirect the
person.
vote. Say, I'm going to play this now, and it looks legit because it's at tribal.
You know what I'd really find
there was
funny?
one
If someone in another tribe finds it and then boomerangs it to Rick,
well,
and he's
they
like,
can't boomerang it because it's not real.
It's not real, yeah.
what if the crew just go along with it, but it obviously won't do anything?
That'd be amazing.
And like with a lot of this stuff, there's kind of heaps of history with this stuff before. Like it wasn't that long ago that someone got it in their heads that there was something on the sort of lectern thing that Jeff was in front of. I think in that season there was like a decoration on the front of it, and someone got it in their head that it sort of looked a bit like an idol. So almost as they were, as the votes were about to get cast, or maybe before he read them, I can't remember. This guy basically went up and tried to like pull the decoration off the front of the lectern because he thought they'd hidden one at tribal, and he's trying to get it off, and Jeff's just looking at him like, which I think we talked about last time, Ben, because then they had something similar in Australia v World as well. So there's all this history with idols at tribal, but this particular thing that they're doing hasn't been done before either. So that's pretty cool.
I'm excited.
And just being cheeky, trying something. They might try to use it themselves, or it might just end up in a funny moment when someone else tries to do something. Who knows?
Yep.
Not much else actually happens. Like it's quite a fun episode given what the result ends up being, which I guess just before we get to tribal, there's one scene where Savannah talks about how she's basically figured out what Cirie's doing. I forget the word she uses, but she sort of says that Cirie is talking everyone around, and I think Cirie's way closer to Aussie than it appears. And she essentially says exactly what Cirie's doing to camera.
Yeah.
That didn't seem to help her, though.
She still had a thing, didn't she? She had
she had a blocker vote.
Advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, a blocker vote.
I mean, it wouldn't
and
have
that
done
was
anything for her, would it?
yeah, not against those numbers. And that was partly why they went for her, because I mean they knew she was a winner as well, and her and Rizzo are the only two people that no one's seen their season, so that they already had reason to be suspicious of her, as potentially being a special player, that an unknown quantity. And then she goes off, and I don't know if you remember, but she came back and told the story that she kind of didn't lose her vote but didn't get anything. It sounded sus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that now, actually. That's weird, actually, because I hadn't thought about that, because if they suspected that she might have got an idol, didn't they vote?
I don't think that they
vote for her,
suspected
but-
she'd gotten an idol.
Got one.
I think they
can't have,
suspected she
because
got
they
an
didn't throw out
advantage.
another vote. Yeah. That's a bit of a risk, really. All they needed was one other person to throw a vote somewhere else, but nobody did. They all voted for her, which was pretty risky.
Maybe they were kind of basing it on that first challenge where the 3 guys went to the exile island with the key and all of that stuff. So maybe they were thinking, well, they didn't.
Journey.
Some of them won a vote, some of them lost a vote.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe that's kind of what they were thinking. It was just something to do with votes or something.
It's just very normal these days for you don't leave that to chance. Like just have one person throw a vote somewhere. Then you've got to decide who is the other person you're throwing the contingency vote on.
She voted for Ozzy, right? So if she did have an idol, Ozzy would have gone.
Yeah, so and they don't know who necessarily she might do that for. Like, so in that instance, if you were Aussie and you maybe got wind that she was coming at you, and you think everybody else is voting for Savannah, but there's a chance she might play an idol, then Aussie's kind of incentivized a little bit maybe to just throw one on someone else just in case, which obviously causes its own problems when it comes up in tribal council and you've got to explain it the next day. But yeah.
Can we talk about
Savannah's in Cirie to not play his idol?
So can we talk about Savannah's big speech at tribal council, which was just like, I come off as having mean girl energy, and it's just like, no, you have mean girl energy. you don't come off that way. You totally
mean girly.
You didn't see her season.
It's sort of more from the previous season. She was talking about.
Okay.
Katie, there was this one moment in the previous season where somebody had a key, if I remember correctly. Is that right? And no, they had a lock, but they needed to find the key. They knew where to look for it, but not exactly where it was. And Savannah comes out. And Savannah sees the keys, a key ring which had lots of keys on it at the same time that this woman does. And she literally dives for it. She has no use for these keys at all. They have zero value. And it's just like, oh shit, she crazy. She totally crazy.
Also, a couple of times she'll really get in someone's face and like ask them like quite a direct question. Partly because she's got history as a reporter as well. But I mean, she didn't come across that way at all in this season.
No, she was one of my favorites.
And just like a reminder, they filmed this like 2 weeks after her season. So like she's already exhausted, basically.
And she hasn't had a chance to enjoy being rich yet. So
no, she probably hasn't even got the money yet or anything. I know you probably didn't like it because you hate people being soft on this show, Ben. But even though you profess to being a nice person. But I sort of liked her speech, and I could see it was Emily, was it? Who was on the end, and she was obviously she voted for her, but I think it kind of got through to Emily a bit because, Emily had a whole arc with her season as well that I won't go into. But I think Emily sort of went, oh, yeah, that's nice. I empathise with that. But
you're still going home.
Everyone voted for Savannah. And she's gone. The game.
Yep, she's out. So now all we need to do is get rid of Rizzo, and we can start the real game.
Well, the fact that she went, it sort of didn't mind too much because we had just seen her, and she is a previous winner. So that's actually 2 of the 3 previous winners that are gone now.
I mean, one not by choice, right?
No, that was one of them. So did Jenna not win her season?
Jenna, no.
Okay.
Now I'm totally blanking on who the third one is. I'm just going down the list.
There's no third one. There's Jenna, Kyle, Savannah. So Kyle and Savannah.
No, there's one on each tribe.
Oh, was there? I don't know.
No, Kyle. Who am I missing?
It'll be someone on the blue. I can give you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's D.
Oh, D.
Yeah.
Yep.
How have I said is it D? I don't know why.
You what about D?
I almost said was it D?
Oh, right.
kind of
She
remember
said
them
that-
talking
we
about
had
her
a
or something.
conversation.
Yeah, they
Wasn't
specifically
sure.
said
right,
that
we
she
had a
won her
conversation
season.
about her
Yeah.
being a winner. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that happened in this episode that I didn't write down. They had a short scene where they were talking about how Chrissy was sort of being a mum, basically,
Mm.
and that people were
Yes.
getting sort of annoyed at her, even though she's like, "Oh, we didn't talk about coaching having cramps either." Because Chrissy's
Almost drowning in the
yeah.
ocean.
giving him massages and everything, and she's just trying to put the dinner on. Like she's just none of it was.
What about
awful.
Charlie
It's just-
saying,
it's just a
I like
tone
older
thing, I
women.
guess.
I love being in a It's
His
just
number
like,
one
okay.
ally was an older woman in his season, but he's like, even that, like, she's just getting a bit much. I don't know.
But that
It's
was
probably
nice.
one of those.
I thought it was
things.
nice of her to help try and get rid of the cramps because cramps are horrible.
Yeah,
Like so that
It
I
was
thought that
sorta-
was nice to try and help him.
yeah. So she.
I mean,
definitely
we're
was
not
on
living
the
with her
outs.
on an island, I guess.
It's probably one of those things where there's just 100 sort of little things over the course of a week
Yeah.
that start to grate on. You can't tell me what to do, Mum.
Yeah.
I'm not starting the fire. Rizzo's not starting the fire.
I wonder how many minutes it would be
No.
before I'd get
I don't think
annoyed by
Rizzo could.
someone.
I reckon you start getting annoyed real
I reckon
quick
3.
when you start
I
getting
reckon you
hungry
have
as well.
3 good minutes.
But yeah, that scene when he goes out with Jonathan to go swimming, and he's just sort of like, he wants to be a hero. He wants to be in all these, shots. And when they pan to him, like just lying on his back while Jonathan was fishing, I thought he was just gonna give some speech about how he's one with the ocean and
Same.
something like that, how he was meditating or something like that. But no, he was just cramping in both legs. They had to get the
I
safety
thought he had
boat.
a fish hook
to
in his,
come in.
or whatever they were using to fish. I thought that was in his leg. And I was
Yeah,
like, "Ooh."
like the spear.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it wasn't.
I'm glad
that.
it was only cramps.
Well, he survived. So that would have been, I mean, it's not good if he would have died, but it would have been a nice, interesting thing that happened on the show.
He died. Oh my god.
Have they ever had someone die on the show
Ow.
before?
No.
I think they
That he
tried to
could have been
stop
a
that
first.
from happening.
Doesn't he want to do something for the first time? Okay, I'm just kidding. Anybody who's watching this, I don't want him to die. Okay, I'm just joking.
Is he? I mean, isn't his real name Ben? There can't be any other Bens in the world.
Oh, is his name Ben as well? Oh, how unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he must be a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the
That's all I had written
definition.
down.
Bens.
I didn't really have anything
You have
else.
anything else?
There's still a few people on some of the tribes that we haven't seen a lot of. Like Stephanie,
Yeah, I might be a
Tiffany.
Oh yeah. We have hardly heard anything.
We didn't
And-
see a lot of everybody this time
Yeah.
around.
Mm.
Like there was a bunch of people that I'm looking at the list going, oh, I do not remember them.
But Stephanie and Tiffany specifically, I've not seen a lot of on
Yeah.
the 2 episodes so far. Everyone else I've seen, like, they've had their moment or something, but not Stephanie or Tiffany. Anyway.
That's got me thinking. I won't talk about that. It's got me now that you're talking about how the tribes shake out. It's just got me thinking about something, but I'm not going to mention it.
Save it for next week,
I'm
Michael.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Was that it?
All right. That's it.
Thank you.
We're done.
Thank
Until
you.
next week. That was a pretty cool episode, though. There was
Yes.
definitely some
Yeah,
laughs
I enjoyed
in
it.
there.
It started with
There was
shitting your
lots of,
pants, went to
things
someone
going on.
nearly drowning in the ocean, and ended
Yeah.
with Savannah going home.
And then someone fell. Everybody,
Yeah.
I thought
We've got-
falling, but yeah, okay, fine then.
Got a fake idol, got 2 Billie Eilish idols out there. We've got Ozzy and Coach like slowly, grinding up against each other, and then Rick and Joe have sort of got a problem as well. There's lots of stories going on.
Lots of drama
next
to
week.
come.
Yep. Until next week, everybody.
Fun
Bye.
chat. Bye.
Bye.